Hi there! Do you have an interest to create a complete responsive portfolio website for free using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript but don't know where to start? If so, you are on the right place. In this video, we are going to learn how you can create a complete, fully responsible portfolio website for free using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Watch the entire video and then you will have a knowledge that enables you to create your own portfolio website just like this using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Before directly jump right into the video, let me show you the features of this website template that we are going to design right now in this video. Here is the home section. In the home section, as you see here, we have an auto typing animated text right here. You see, that's good. And as you see here, also we have a navigation bar having a nice hover over effect, and we have also here on the home section we have animated image right here. When we hover over the mouse over this image, it animates right here. So come over here again. Here is the service section for the portfolio website right here. Marketing, app development, having a nice transition effect and animation right here. What cool is that? A nice, right? Okay. And again, when we come over here, here is an about me section right here for this portfolio website. So here we have having a nice background image. Cool. And then when you come to the skill section right here, we have, when we refresh the web page, we have a progress bar that indicates the skill level right here. That's nice, right? It is animated progress bar right here. And when you come to the projects menu right here, when you click the projects menu right here, it redirects to the project section right here. We have such project. Alright, the best part is you can find this project or this project in my YouTube channel, so go ahead and watch all the entire videos if you have an interest to create such a beautiful project right here. So when you come to the contact section, here we have the first contact section, our office, phone, email, and website having a nice icons right here, which is descriptive, right? And then here is a message box right here. Here is username typing field, and here is email field right here, and here is a message field right here. Awesome. Hi there. Here is the footer section, the final footer section right here. Alright, here is the portfolio website that we are going to design right now in this video. It's amazing, right? So what are you waiting for? The first things first, setting up the folder. So here is the index.html document, and here is the image folder right here. And again, here is a CSS folder right here. Inside this CSS folder, we have an image folder right here. Inside this, we have an image that we are going to use as a background. So having this, now let me open this folder inside my code editor. In this case, I am going to use Sublime Text. You can use any text editor as you want. So here is the document right here. Here is index.html, and here is style.css document right here. So now here is the basic HTML document right here. So now let me write a title for this project. So let me say the title for this project is Responsible Portfolio Website Template Design. And then now let me add font awesome link right here. So to do this, head over ctnjs.com and find font awesome and copy this link right here. And then come over here and paste right here. So now here is also the style.css document right here. So again come over here and then select any font family that you interested in. In this case I'm going to use copies, and you can select any text, any font family as you want. It is up to you, right? So select any font weight and font style right here, and then come over this link and copy this link, and again come over here and paste right here. Here is the universal selector, padding 0, margin 0, and box shadow, box sizing, border box. So now link this style.css with an index.html using a link tag inside the head element right here. And here is the href attribute. Inside the href attribute, we are going to put the destination for this style.css, and then create a header element right here. Inside this header element, we are going to nest a div element having class name navbar. Inside this navbar class, we are going to nest a div element having class name logo. Inside this logo, we are going to nest an h1 element and a span element right here. Again, outside of this, we are going to create an order list having class name menu items. Inside this order list, we are going to list out different menu items right here. So the first menu is the home and service. After that, about, skills, projects, and contact menu right here. Alright, so now when I save and refresh, here is it, right? Awesome. So now let me style this using style.css. So using header element selector right here, let me add some property value pair. The first property is background image. So now here is the URL to find the image path. The image path is inside the image folder, and the image name is car2.jpg file extension right here. So it is better to add the image as having a linear gradient, just like this one. So here is the background image having a linear gradient, and here is RGB color code right here, and background repeat, no repeat, background size, cover, background position, center, and width 100%, and height also 100%, 100 viewport height. Having this, now let me save and refresh. Here we have a background having a linear gradient. So again, using this navbar class selector right here, let me add some property value pair. So here we have, right? So in this case, what we are going to do is display, flex, align items, center, and justify content, space between. With 100%. After that, background. Let me size the background color white. This is, and box shadow, incent 6 pixel, 0 pixel, and again 40 pixel, and 0 pixel, having this hexadecimal color code right here. So here is the hexadecimal color code, and then having this, now save and refresh. Here we have a nice navigation bar having a nice background, right? And then we are going to add another property value pair, padding 10 pixels from top and bottom and 7% from left and right. So having this, when I save and refresh, here we have, right? Awesome. So now copy this property value pair right here and paste right here, and then remove this property value pair, and now using this class selector logo in order to style this logo right here. So the first property, and an element selector first, an element selector h1, and the first property is echo, and font family, let me copy this font family and paste right here. And again, using this span selector right here, copy and paste right here, and change h1 by span. So in this case, we are going to need a closing span tag and font weight bold. So when I save and refresh, here we have, right? Awesome. Again, using this class selector right here, let me style this navigation link. So using this menu item class selector, in order to remove the bullet point, we have to use this style none. Here we have, right? So again, copy and paste right here, and then using this element selector li, first remove this, and li element selector. Now let me add some property value pair. The first property, and padding 10 pixels from top and bottom, 20 pixels from left and right, text transform uppercase. So and text align center, and again copy this and paste right here, and using an anchor element selector, now let me add some property value pair. Text decoration none, color dark orange, font size 1.2 and font weight 500. So again, let me add some property value pair for hover over effect right here. So using a pseudo class selector hover right here, let me add some property value pair. The first property is border bottom 2 pixel solid dark orange, or let me say orange red instead of dark orange, and color orange red again. So having this, when I save and refresh, here we have, right? Awesome. Here is it, right? Okay, what cool is that? Now, let me change the color for this logo from aqua to dark green. Here is dark green. So having this, when I save and refresh, here we have a nice website logo. So now having this, now let me jump right into to design the home section for this responsible portfolio website. So first let me create a div element having class name home container, and inside this div element we are going to nest another div element having class name home box. Inside this we have an h3 element, an h1 element, a paragraph element, and an anchor element having class name BTN food and BTN ghost respectively. And then we are going to nest again a social media link right here. Having class name social media. And then we are going to create another development having class name image box. And then we are going to find an image path right here having class name backside image and a front side image. To save your time, let me add it offline right here. Here we have, right? So here is the home container, the content box, and here is an extra element, and each one element having class name, auto input, and a paragraph element right here, and also an anchor element having btn full, bit and btn ghost, and also here is a social media link right here. This social media link is found from font awesome. Here is the font awesome. So to find this social media link, we are going to head over fontawesome.com and find any social media icon that you are interested in. In this case, I am interested in YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So find this social media link right here. Head over this and find Facebook, YouTube, and whatever you want. It's up to you, right? And then here is a Facebook link right here, and copy this HTML link and come over here and paste right here. That is it, right? Nice. And here is the image that we are going to use. And here is inside this image element, we have a source attribute. So having this, when I save and refresh, here we have, right? Awesome. So here is the HTML part for this home section. So now let me jump right into to style this image and this link, this social media link right here. So now let me comment out. This is the website, the home section for this website, and now we are going to use home container class selector and copy this and come over here and paste right here, which is display flex, align item center, justify content, space between, and margin top 120 pixel and gap 5 rim, and padding 0 from top and bottom and 5% from left and right. Here is it, right? Okay. Now again, using this class selector right here, first copy this content box and copy this class selector again, home container and content box class selector. Let me add some property value pair, and again copy and paste right here, and then using again this class selector image box, let me add some property value pair. Here we have, so the first property is flex 1 and 40 ring, and another property is flex wrap. So when I save and refresh, here we have. Now let me style this image. Let me reduce the image size. So to do this, copy this to save your time. Here is the code and paste right here. We are going to use an img element selector and image box class selector. The first property is height 100%, position absolute, bottom 0 and left 55%. Now when I save and refresh, here we go, right? Of course, that's good. Again, now let me reduce the backside image. So to do this, we are going to use backside image class selector. Here is the backside image class selector. So using this class selector right here, and add some property value pair. The first property is width 450 pixel, height auto, and border radius 50%. Now, when I save and refresh, here is a nice, right? Awesome. What cool is that? Now, let me style this text and this social media link right here. So, to do this, we are going to use this class selector content box and this queue inside this quote inside the text which is found inside this quote. Let me add some property value here. The first property is color aqua font size 1.83 and again color for the content box, let me say white color. Having this, when I save and refresh the web page, first and then let me use this nh3 element first. Let me style nh3 element right here before save and refresh. And let me add some property value here. The first property, remove this color, and now when I save and refresh, here we have, right? Here is the text right here. So now let me reduce the font size for this H3 element. So when I save and refresh, here we have, right? Awesome. Here is. So let me increase the font size. Let me decrease the font size from 1.8 to 1.73, which is 1.7 times 60 pixel, which is the global font size. And now let me add font weight for this unnecessary element bold. And then now let me add the font family for this unnecessary element right here. So come over here and paste right here. Here we have, right? So now let me cut and place above the content box and queue element selector right here. So when I save and refresh, here we have, right? Awesome. What cool is that? Nice, right? So again, copy this and paste right here. After that, now we are going to use this H1 element selector right here. So now let me increase the font size from 1.7 to 3.3 and change font weight, bold again, and line height 5 rem. So save and refresh. Here we have, right? Okay, now let me change the color, the font color for this. So to do this, remove the color from here. I need a white font color. So remove this aqua, and again now let me style this text inside this. Here we have first, here we have, and now let me style this paragraph, which is found in paragraph element selector right here. So now the first property is color, white, font size 1.2 margin bottom 20 pixel, line height 1.7 rem, and text align justify. So when I save and refresh, here we have. So now let me style this btn full, this call to action button right here. So to do this, we are going to use this class selector btn full and btn ghost. Here is the code for this btn full and btn ghost class selector. So now copy this and paste right here to save your time. And now since it is reusable style here, I'm going to use this code for the future in order to design the about, the service section, the contact section, and much more. So here is btn full and btn ghost class selector. The first property value here is text decoration and color white, background color dark orange, padding 12 pixel, 20 pixel, outline none, font size 20 pixel, and then display line below. So now when I save and refresh, here we have, right? Awesome. So now let me add a hover over effect. So to do this, we are going to use a hover pseudo class selector right here. So here is btn full hover and btn ghost hover and active. Background color pink and color blue. Board radius 8 pixel, padding auto and 50 pixel. Here is another essential property, transform skew 1.1, right? So when I save and refresh, here we have a nice hover over effect. You see, awesome. Now let me style this social media link. So to style this social media link, we are going to use, first come over here, we are going to use social media class selector right here. And now let me add a margin top for this social media link. Margin top 3 ring. So when I save and refresh, here we have. Now let me style it again using this anchor element selector right here. So using descendant selector, social media class selector, and anchor element, let me add some property value pair. Font size 2.5 rem, color dark orange, padding 10 pixel, transform 1 second ease. So now when I save and refresh, here we have. Now let me add again a hover over effect over this social media link. Okay, first remove this. Alright. Now here is a hover over effect. The only thing expected from me is to change the color. Color pink. I need a pink color when I hover over effect. Here is, right? Awesome. What cool is that? Now let me style this backside image and front side image. So here we have, using these two class selector, backside image class selector and front side image class selector. Now let me add some property value pair to add a hover over effect when we hover the mouse over this image. Now let me add some transition or animation over this image right here. Remove this is not necessary. Okay. Okay, as you see here, When we hover over the image, let me style the front side image left 50%. Here is the front side image and transform scale 0.9. Here is the image. Here is left 55% and bottom 0. You see, and height 100% and left, as you see here, 55%. From here you see left 5%. It returns to by 5% to the left, right? You see, right? And it reduces its size when we hover over the mouse over this image. So again, now let me add a hover over effect over this backside image using the backside image class selector. So image hover, here is backside image class selector, and left 72%, top 30% with 250 pixel, reduce the width, transform scale 1.2 rem. Over here, when you come to here, here is the bottom 0, left 55%, right? So now over here, left 72% and top 30% instead of 0, right? You see, when you hover over the backside image, it reduces its size and move from 0% to 72% to the top, right? Awesome. So now let me add another essential property, transition bottom 1 second and left 1 second. Again, cursor pointer. Here is an essential property to make smooth animation or smooth transition. So when I save and refresh, here we have, nice, it's awesome. So now the only thing expected from me and you is to change to add an auto typing text right here and in order to add a hover over effect over this navigation bar. So to do this, we are going to use a JavaScript in order to add an auto typing text from this website. Okay, let me jump right into it. Once again, please make sure to subscribe and press the notification bell icon to be notified when I come out the next section for this course. Having this, now let me jump right into it. Alright, now let's jump right into to create the service section for this portfolio website. So to create this, first let me create a section element right here, having a class name, service section, and an ID value service. And then inside this section element, we are going to create we are going to nest an h2 element having class name section heading, and then inside this h2 element we are going to nest a span element just like this one, and we have a paragraph element right here, and we are going to nest a div element having a class name service container. Inside this div element we are going to create another div element having a service box class, right? Then inside this we are going to add font awesome icon. So to do this, come over here, fontawesome.com, right? And then an h3 element, a paragraph element, and an anchor element. So to save your time, it's better to add it offline, right? Here we have, right? Here is some dummy text right here, and here is font awesome icon right here. Alright, here we have. So here is a paragraph, here is font awesome icon. So this icon link is found from fontawesome.com. Come over here and find any link, any icon right here. So for example, let me say code, and you'll find this icon. So copy this icon link right here, this icon HTML link right here, and come over here and paste over here. Here we have, right? And then here is an h3 element, here is a paragraph element, and then here is an anchor element. Inside this anchor element we are going to nest an icon right here. So let me say arrow, let me search arrow. Alright, it's better to search arrow, right? Alright, here we have. So click over here and copy this HTML link right here and come over here and paste right here. That is it. Now what we are going to do is copy these elements which are found inside the div element having class name service box, and come over here and paste right here. That is it, right? Here we have. Now save and refresh. Here we have, right? Now let me change the text and the icon right here. So it is better to change the text and the icon. So it's better to do it offline, right? To save your time. That is it, right? Here is a service box element. Inside this we are going to have an h element, an anchor element, and a paragraph element. Everything is similar except changing and here is the icon, right? Alright, now everything is similar. The class name is similar, the elements are similar, except the text, the font awesome icon, so here is the HTML. Here is the HTML part, right? Alright. Now, having this, now let's jump right into to style this HTML element, HTML icons, and much more. So now let's dive right into it. So to style this, using this class selector, service container, and now let me add some property value pair. So display, flex, align items, center, justify content, space between, and then gap, let me say 1.5 frame, flex wrap with 100%, and then using this class selector service box, let me add some property value pair. Here is flex 1 theonerim. Here is the width, right? And let me change the background white. Here is the hexadecimal color code for the white color, and text line, center, padding top and bottom 50 pixel, padding left and right 30 pixel, and border radius, border 1 pixel, solid. Let me say orange, red, orange, cursor pointer. So now when I save and refresh, here we have, right? Nice. So now let me add a box shadow right here. So copy this and come over here, and here is a box shadow property, inside 6 pixels, 0 pixel, 40 pixel, and hexadecimal color code right here. So save and refresh. Here we have, right? Cool. Now copy this and then paste right here. That is it. And now I remove this again using hover over effect. Let me add some hover over effect over this service box using a pseudo class selector hover. Transform skew x 10 degree and scale 1.05, and box shadow again dark green. Now let me add another property over here, transition 1 second is. Having save and refresh, here is it. A nice transition and hover over effect like this. So again, using this class selector service box and an element selector, now let me style this font awesome icon. Now let me add a background property having a linear gradient to the right and hexadecimal color code right here, and width 50 pixel and height also 50 pixel. So now when I save and refresh, here we have, right? So copy this and paste right here. Now add our effect over this icon. background none, color magenta, alright. Now using this class selector FA solid, let me style the icons right here. Text align center, line height 50 pixels, font size, to rim. So when I save and refresh, here we are, right? Now let me add a background color over here using a service section class selector. Background, let me change the background from white to black. This is the hexadecimal color code for a black color. And box shadow, copy this box shadow property, value pair, paste right here. So when I save and refresh, here we have, right? That's it. Now let me style this paragraph. So to style this paragraph, we are going to use this service section class selector and a paragraph element selector. Color white, font size 1.2 rem, and text line justified. Line height, let me say 1.5 rem. Padding bottom 10 pixels. So when I save and refresh, here we have, right? Of course, this text inside the service box is going to white. So again, when I save and refresh, here is it. Alright, now let me style this paragraph separately. So to avoid such problem, let me give a class name for this paragraph element, right? To style separately from the rest of the paragraph element right here. So class, let me say service para. So using this class selector, service para, copy and change this paragraph by this class selector. So having this, when I save and refresh, here we have, right? So now let me style this H3 element right here. Copy this and paste right here. Before styling this H3 and paragraph element, it's better to style the link, the icon inside the link, right? So position absolute bottom minus 50 pixel and right 20 pixel. And then if the font size 1.2 rem, so if the position for the child element absolute, the position for the parent element should be relative. So let's find the parent element. From here, the parent element is service box. So position relative. Having this, again using this element selector I, let me add some property value pair to style the font or some icon. So using this element selector I, any element inside this I tag which is found inside the anchor element have such property value pair with 30 pixel height 30 pixel. So save and refresh. Here we have. Alright, now let me style the position. Copy this and paste right here. So using this class selector, FA arrow right, font size 1.5 rem, color white, and padding bottom 10 pixel. So save and refresh. Here we have, right? Nice. Copy this again and paste right here. Okay, it's better to copy this instead of that and paste right here. So let me change the background color, the font color, green, gray, it's better to blue, and remove this again and remove this again. And now let me add a hover over fit for these icons. So using pseudo class selector hover, that's it, right? Okay, here is a paragraph element, here is an H3 element. So It's better to style this H3 the text inside this H3 element and the text inside the P element. So to do this, we are going to use a service box class selector and an H3 element selector. So any H3 element inside a service box inside a div element having class name service box has such property: text align center, font size to rim, and padding bottom 20 pixel and padding top 20 pixel again. So copy this again and paste right here. To style any text inside this paragraph element, which is found inside an element having class name service box. So here is a property value pair. Okay, instead of this, it's better to style this over this, right? So here is a service bar para. So instead of doing this, we are going to remove this class selector and change it by a paragraph element selector. So when I save and refresh, here we have, right? That's it. You see? Now over here, now let me add some property. Here is now let me add border radius. Border radius, let me say 30 pixel. When we hover over this box right here, the border radius should be reduced into 30 pixel, right? Here we have, right? That's it. Alright, this is the service section that we offer. So now let's jump right into to design an about us section. Alright, here is an about me section. You see, in this section we have a text right here, a contact me button, and a nice image right here on the right side. So now, as always, create a section element right here. Before that, let me give a comment over here. An about me section starts from here, and then as always what we are going to do is create a section element right here. In this case, this section element having an about section right here, an about class, and in this case this section element have an about section, class selector, and an ID value about. So inside this section element, what we are going to do is nest an H2 element having a section heading, and inside this we are going to nest a span element right here. And again we are going to create a div element having a class name about container. Inside this we are going to nest a div element having a class name about content, and we are going to create another div element having a class name about image. That's it. About image box. That's it. So come over here, and inside this, what we are going to nest is an extra element having class name, about title, a paragraph having class name, about para, and then a div element having class name, about box. And then inside this we are going to nest a div element having class name, about me, and then we are going to create a link right here. Alright, sorry, another div element having class name, about me. Here we have, right? So now here is the cool trick how to use Sublime Text while you are writing a code. And then inside this we are going to nest photos and icons, an extra element, and then a paragraph element. So that's it. And then come over here, and inside this about image box we are going to nest an element which is an img. So here we have. So to save your time, it's better to add all the code offline first. Before that, come over here and add a call to action button right here, having class name btn full, and make it, when we click it, this will move to the home. As always, to save your time, it's better to add all the code offline. So here we have, right? That's nice. Here we have an about section. We have an h2 element having class name section heading. In this, again, we are going to have an about container, a div element having class name about container. Here is the HTML part right here. Here you have a div element having a class name, similar class name, about me. Right here you have a div element having a class name, about image box, and here we have the image path. So now when I save and refresh the web page, here we have, right? Here is an about me. So this is the HTML part right here, and here we have a call to action button. Alright, so now let me jump right into to style this about my section right here. So as always, let me add a comment over here, and then what we are going to do is use this class selector right here about container and add some property value pair. So about container class selector, the first property is display flex, align items, center, and justify content, space between, gap, file frame. So again, copy this and come over here and paste right here. So remove this, and again using sentence selector right here. Here is an about content. Here is a development having class name about content, which is found inside a development having class name about container. So flex first padding bottom 40 pixel, padding top 40 pixel, and flex 140 ring. So again copy this and come over here and paste right here, and then again here is an about image class selector right here, and change this by about image box class selector and reduce here 50 rim and padding top. I remove this. So having this, when I refresh and when I refresh the web page, here is it, right? That's good. Alright, now again copy this and paste right here, and using this img element selector, now let me style the image with 70% object fit cover, so now again using this about title class selector, let me style this text right here. Color gray and font size to trim. So copy this and paste right here, and again using this class selector about para, let me style this paragraph right here using this class selector about para, right? Font size 1.2 rem. Okay, having this, when I save and refresh, you have, right? That's cool. Now again, using this class selector about box, here is a development having class name about box, and for this, let me copy this property value here and
come over here and paste right here. That's it. Display flex, align item instead of flex start, center, and justify content space between and gap 0.5 frame with 100%. So again, copy this and paste right here and remove this. And then what we are going to do is using this class selection about me, here is the flex value 110 rem, background white, padding 50 pixel from top and bottom and 30 pixel from left and right. Text align center. So border radius, border 1 pixel, color save and refresh. Here we have right. Now using this element selector right here, let me style this font awesome icon. For this font awesome icon, the color orange red, font size 2.5 frame and padding bottom 50 pixel. So having this, when I save and refresh, here we have. Alright, again using this element selector H3 and paragraph, color gray, font size 1.5 frame and padding bottom 50 pixel for H3 elements right here. And for paragraph elements we have color gray again, gray, font size 1.2 rem and line height 1.5 rem. So when I save and refresh, here is it. Cool. So now using this class selector about section, let me add background, black background right here. That is it, right? Awesome. Alright, here is an about me section right here. So now on the next video, what we are going to design is this, a progress bar skill section. As you see here, it has an animated progress bar right here. Now let's jump right into it. As always, to create this, let me add a comment over here, and then what we are going to do is create a section element having class name, skills section, and an ID value skills. Inside this div element, have a class name about my skill. What we are going to do is nest an H3 element, an H2 element, and a paragraph element right here. And again, we're going to nest a div element having class name, skill content, and then inside this div element, what we are going to do is create another div elements having class name, skills progress bar. Here is the cool trick how to use sublime text right here, you see, and then inside this progress bar, skill progress bar, what we are going to nest is the element having class name skill info, and then inside this what we are going to create is an H2 element, paragraph element, and then outside of this we are going to create a div element having class name skill bar. Inside this we are going to nest a span element right here having class name, let me say HTML, and this is for the first. So having this, now it's better. Here we have an HTML element, HTML paragraph 90%, and CSS. Here is my skill 8%. I am good at CSS 8%, and an HTML, let me say 90%, and the class name right here, CSS, and then here we have another skill that I have just learned, JavaScript, which is, let me say for JavaScript, my skill level 50%, let me say, and then class name, let me say JS. Alright, come over here and write Python, and let me say my skill level for Python programming language is, let me say 70%, and class name Python. Alright, alright, come over here and nest this all the text inside this div element having class name my skills. So here we have. So now come over here and copy this. Copy the div element which is all the div element which is found inside my skills, and come over here and paste right here. Alright. React, React.js, and still Node.js. And then remove this. Here we have a class. So now having this, when I save and refresh, here we have, right? That's good. Alright, now to save your time, it's better to add all the code offline. So here we have, right? That's good. Here is. Alright, so when I save and refresh, here we have, right? That's good. So now let me style this text right here. So to style this, what we are going to use is first let me add a comment over here. About my skill, text align center, margin 0, and auto padding top 60 pixel, padding bottom 20 pixel. Here we have about my skill, and then here we have a span element selector, span element right here, and then copy this and come over here and paste right here. And then using this span element selector, any span element which is found inside about my skill, class selector will have such property: color dark orange, okay, copy this and paste right here again. And now using this H3 element selector right here, font size 2.5 rem, line height 2.5 rem again, so having this, when I save and refresh, here we have, right? That's good. Alright, so using this paragraph element selector, copy this and paste right here. So about my skill and paragraph font size 1.5 rem and line 8 to rem, text align justify. Color gray, sorry. Having this, when I save and refresh, here we have, right? Cool. Let me reduce the line height, increase the line height to 1.7 rem and the font size 1.2 rem. And again, what we are going to style is a development commit class name my skills. Display flex, justify content, flex start and gap 5 rem. So when I save and refresh, here we have. Alright, come over here and use this class selector right here instead of my skills, using this skill content. Any element which is found inside this skill content will have such property value pair. Display flex, align item, flex start, justify content, flex start, and flex wrap right here. And here we have my skills class selector having flex 1 for keyring. So when I save and refresh, here we have alright, the mistake is happened due to using flex wrap property value pair. And again, when I save and refresh, here we have. Alright, copy this and paste right here, and using this class selector right here, skill info, let me style this h2 and paragraph right here. So come over here, copy this and paste right here. That's it. And justify content, space between, and this gap, padding top, 20 pixel. So when I save and refresh, here we have. That's nice, pretty nice. And then copy this and come over here and paste right here. And using this H2 element selector, font size 1.5 rem, color 333, and font weight bold, and text transform capitalize. Line 8 1.7 rem. So when I save and refresh, here is it. So copy this and come over here and paste right here, and then using this paragraph element selector, let me style the paragraph right here. Color gray, font weight, so having this, again using this skill bar class selector with 100% height 8 pixel background light gray, and then margin top 4 pixel, border radius 20 pixel. So when I save and refresh, here we are, right? That's good. So again, copy this and paste right here, and using this element selector span, and now reduce the width 50% and change the color from light gray to dark orange, and then I remove this margin top and position absolute, and if the position for the child element absolute, the position for the parent element should be relative. So having this, when I save and refresh, here we have, that's it. Now having this, what we are going to do is add animation over this progress bar. So over here, what we are going to do is using this class selector right here, HTML, for an HTML for the first progress bar. Let me style this and with 90%, and then change the color for this progress bar. Let me say the color for this progress bar orange red, and remove this position absolute and add animation right here. Here is animation name, animation duration right here 3 seconds, and forward right here. So now what we are going to do is, in order to create animation, we are going to use a keyframe rules right here. At keyframes, and then here we have an HTML animation name, which is animation name, and then what will happen at 0%, the width becomes 0, and then at 100%, the width for this progress bar will be what? 90%, which is my level skill, right? My skill level, right? So when I save and refresh, here we have, that's cool, that is nice, right? So now having this, now let me copy this and come over here and paste right here and do for the rest. It's similar, right? The only thing expected from you and me is to change this animation name, animation duration, and a background right here, as well as the weight, which is the skill level right here. So now for CSS we have a skill level 80%, and now we have animation name CSS. So using this animation, here we have, that's nice, right? Again, what we are going to do is, it's similar, just like this one. Copy this and come over here and paste right here, and we will animate for the JavaScript. So to do this, we have a JS class selector right here inside span element. So using this JS class selector right here, now with 50%, and then background for this animation, magenta. Alright, again for Python, here we have, right? Alright, and then 70% for this level skill level 70%. So color, let me change the background color blue black, and then when I save and refresh, here we have that's cool and awesome. It is easy and simple, right? Just repetition. So here is for React and for Node class selector. And now come over here. We are going to reduce. We have just reduced the animation duration from 3 seconds. In this case, we have 2 seconds and we have 1 second. For Bootstrap also, we have 2.5 second animation duration right here. So here we have Bootstrap class selector. Having this, when I save and refresh, that's good. Alright, now let me add a call to action button right here. Have a class name btn full and download CV. Let me say download CV. So when I refresh the web page, here we have call to action button. Now let me make this call to action button at the center of the page. So to do this, let me add another class selector right here, skill button. So using this class selector, skill button right here, let me add some property value pair. Here we have padding top, tab pixel, and text align center. How is this? Save and refresh. Here we have. Alright. Now come over here, margin 0 and auto. Alright, what is the mistake behind this? So instead of skill button right here, what we are going to do is nest this anchor element inside a div element, have a class name, skill button right here. It's better, right? Alright. So having this, when I save and refresh, here is it. That's good. This is the skill section right here. And now come over here, padding top 20 pixel. Amazing. Okay. Now let's jump right into style to create the portfolio section right here. Here is my latest project that we have just made. Here we have. So in order to create this, as always, let me create a section element right here. In this case, the section element will have a project name, class selector, and an ID value projects. Inside this, we are going to have an h2 element and having similar class name, section heading. Alright, and then we are going to have h3 element, have a class name, project subtitle, and inside this again, we are going to have a project container. A div element have a class name, project container right here. Alright. That's it. And now what we are going to do is create a div element. Div elements have a class name, project box right here, and inside this we are going to nest an img element. Alright. And now inside this, here is the image path, the image directory right here, portfolio for the first PNG having extension PNG portfolio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now here is 5, here is 6 right here. Alright, save and refresh. Alright, here is save and refresh. That's cool. Awesome. By the way, you can find these all the project in my YouTube channel. So go ahead and watch all the video if you have an interest to create such projects.